Welcome to another Eternal video. This one we're going to be saying goodbye to the Unleashed set by opening 156 packs. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite cards as they come up, favorite archetypes, what worked, what didn't, and it's a good excuse for me to open all of this. Nothing super interesting about this pack. And this is also like a bum rare out of it too. Fangs in the Dark, this uncommon never actually got there. That was kind of a shame. I'm not going to go too deep on each pack, just as I see something. And we gotta appreciate all the premiums. Man, favorite red card probably has to be Darkheart Acolyte. The combination of Darkheart Acolyte and the other uncommon, the 3-1, when a unit gets played, it deals one to your opponent. So just each unit you play just creates a 5/5 flying dragon in your hand. Just stupid. Man, that was I got to do that an embarrassing number of times because that probably means I was just forcing. Carnivorous Terror is fantastic. Let's see. Double rare. Ooh. Man, I love the premiums. Man, I never opened this in draft. Zoltan Conclave, 4 of in basically every constructed deck. Hidden Garret, just fantastic relic weapon. Man, I saw way too much of Barbarian Gorillas in Expedition, let me tell you that. Way too many cost 1 power, just spit out 3 of them on turn 3. Ugh. Grumbo. Stringbow was... Man, it was a card when I first saw the set and the spoilers, I was like, man, this doesn't really do anything. And then you realize how important it was to trigger Frenzy, and then how many 1 health units there were in Unleashed. It was kind of ridiculous. Also, Grizzled Hermit, I feel like... Maybe it's just my perception of it, but I felt like that card was a sleeper. It always did really good for me. Negate an enemy spell and draw it. Man, why do I feel like I've never seen some of these other rares before? What do we got? Display of Law, boring. Oh man, Soulfire though. I saw the Soulfire in there. I don't know. I can't remember if it was a draft I actually put up, but one guy... Oh man, I can't remember. I was at exactly... Let's see. I was at like exactly 11. And he deals 2 damage with me. 2 damage to me via some spell. I can't remember exactly what it was. And then uses Soulfire 3 times for Exacties when I had game the very next turn. Black Book, let's go. Love that guy. 1 legendary thus far out of 156 packs. Clash of Wills. Man, that'd be a fun card to be able to get. I never got that to work in limited. Never had the chance to. Gift of the Auric Bank. We're getting all of the Minotaur legendaries here. Which, I'm fine with that. They can definitely go into some of my decks. Since I am a filthy casual, I will have you guys remember when it comes to Expedition and Throne. Lake Terror, oh my god. I tried to make that work in one of my drafts, but turns out when half of your faction just does nothing to trigger Frenzy, I find it weird that card wasn't Skycrag. I really don't understand that. Ooh, half covered by my cam, but oof. Gotta love it. So what are we, 2 legendaries in here? Man, Through the Unknown. So good. I just feel like a big difference I notice in Eternal than... Oh, favorite card in the set. There we go. Skycrag Adept. Man, I definitely hard force that way too often when I would see that. But what I was saying about Through the Unknown... I feel like, especially in draft, being able to get your best unit back, just, I don't know what it is, but that effect always seems to overperform in Eternal, whereas in Magic, You don't really play a Raise Dead effect. That's what they're called, get a unit back from your void. You don't really play those unless it has some extra effect attached to it, and I'm curious why that is. It's something I've never been able to, like, put my finger on, but especially, what was the card in Cold Hunt? 5 cost, get 2 units back from the void if their legendaries get +2/+2. That was just stupid. What the hell does this do? Okay, that's really, really gross. Not in a good way gross. Man, I will miss playing with Skycrag Adept. Obviously, it's in the third pack of the current draft format, but you need to happen to be in those factions to make it work by pack 3. I mean, I suppose you could stay open long enough, but definitely takes a hit being in that pack. Not having Inscribe is also kind of crummy, because Inscribe was so great having that in the third pack where you could... Oh, hey, I'll take multiples of that. Inscribe was so nice to have in the third pack because it helps you bring down your power count in your deck by having a bunch of Inscribe cards. That way you could play 15 power in your deck, which is always just fun to not have as many games where you flood out and draw too many sigils. And man, if you watch me play enough, we know something about that on this channel. And they helped you splash, which was the other cool thing. Just instead of playing a Justice Sigil, you could play a Ruin Sword. Or, what was it? Sky Blessed Wings, or whatever was the weapon, the +2/+1 flying. So, really cool. Hexavore. That card was always brutal to face in Limited. So outstatted everything. What is this? See, why you guys always ask why I have so much Shiftstone? You just open your full playset. That's fine. What is that? 5 legendaries so far? Or no, just 4. 4 legendaries so far. Conclave. Let's pull some premium Zoltan Conclaves. That would be fantastic. I think Dunehill Clan, the rare that we just opened there, I think I played with that card, that rare specifically, more than any other rare in the history of me drafting Eternal. Like, when I think about it, I saw that card, and that's also counting League, I should say. Yes, let's go. Premium Black Book? What is going on right now? I mean, I'll take it. Oh, man. Building Minotaurs after this? What are the chances of that? 3 of the legendary relic dealing with the Minotaurs, 2 Black Books, 1 of which is premium? Hell yeah. Bad card, but beautiful premium. Oh my god, Minotaur Brawl. I never got to play this card, but I had it played against me a couple times, and man, that absolutely brutal. Fissure. Come on, let's get some more Minotaur Tribal here. That and the 1/1 that gets Taunt and Warcry when it enters the battlefield. Unleash was pretty fun. Now that I'm, like, opening the packs and... Yeah, this guy. Man, I've seen him way too often. Now that I'm seeing all the cards again, it was a good format. I think it just lasted so long. That being said, I mean, Cold Hunt has been, or was, my favorite draft format. I played in Eternal, at least. Just the big thing about it is the power level of Cold Hunt was so high. Inscribe was amazing. The uncommon Invoke cycle was super fun. And it's generally more fun to play with stronger cards. I think that's just what it comes down to. Whereas Unleashed definitely felt powered down. You'd get to that third pack and be like, oh, this is where all the good cards are. That being said, it was very synergistic, and man, I had a lot of fun with Frenzy. The things that didn't, I wish like the Xenon Relic deck worked out better. They needed a stronger Relic. Oh. Legendary I've never seen. That's really boring. I must be missing something. That's why I try not to comment too much on like Expedition or Throne cards, because I know I'll just sound like an idiot, but that seems pretty underwhelming. No extra stats on it, or extra abilities on it. Can't remember. What are all these legendaries I've never seen? Ugh. And they get to draw... What? No. That's... I guess that can disrupt combo decks in Throne or something, but... Oh my god. Poacher's Menagerie. That was basically every League deck I played was some type of Poacher's Menagerie deck. The card was so stupid, especially pre-nerf. The nerf didn't even kill it that much, but man, it certainly helped. In League, Poacher's Menagerie was just like an auto win. I had way too many mirror matches. Let's go. I needed more copies of her. Well, actually, not really, because since Cold Hunt rotated out, my Skycrag spell damage deck is no longer any good. Okay, what do we got? A reprint legendary. So it makes a 5/5 every turn. It's pretty cool. The only issue is having some slow relic in Fire of all factions. It's like, what kind of red deck do you want to play a 6-cost relic that doesn't immediately do anything, right? It's just kind of like, it doesn't really have a home. I did open that, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if it was draft or one of the leagues, but it didn't end up working out. I don't think I even gave it a try, to be honest. Man, this card should not have been reprinted in this set. All spells deal -1 damage when there's a frenzy and spell damage theme in the draft set. That was one of my rares. One of the games I was like, some type of frenzy deck, and I was like, wait, why is this in here? Just print it in literally any other set. Parliament Elder, another constructed card you see a lot of. Okay, what's our legendary count now? 7? Pretty sure 7, counting that reprinted one. Can we complete our playset of Gifts from the Auric Bank, or whatever the card's called? So let's see. What's my favorite primal card from the set, if I could think back? Man, that's tough. Crinkle Boys was really fun. Just like a really brutal card that always overperformed more than you think it would. My favorite time card, man, I did really enjoy Insect Swarm pre-nerf. I mean, it was obviously too powerful, but being able to play with a card that powerful was fun for a little bit. It did have that going for it. And just giving it +1/+1, making it a 2-cost 2/2 flyer at the time was just, man, yeah, that was really fun. I guess after the nerf, what time card? That's a tough one. We'll need to think on that as the cards come up here. I'm drawing a blank on the time cards. Bell Tower Shot, man, that card, another overperforming card here. Shrivel, a card I wish I saw more while drafting, that's for damn sure. I wonder if I would say Through the Unknown. Oh, number 8. Oh, Wind Screamer. Okay, yeah, I take that back. Wind Screamers just was so fun and ridiculously powerful. Units you draw. Yeah, so it has to be Wind Screamer for Primal. Fire is definitely Darkheart Acolyte. Wow. So it makes your relic weapons invulnerable too? That's pretty sweet. What was I saying? Wind Screamer. Justice cards. Wow, we are hitting all of the legendaries now. Hits the enemy player this turn, play a... Oh, yeah, I remember this funky card. Man, just way too situational to get to work in draft. I remember this was one of my opens in the... That was in one of my Pack 1 opens during the first Unleashed draft open. Forensic Analysis, as far as favorite Justice cards. I didn't get to play with him too often, unfortunately. And it's funny, if you notice, a lot of the cards I'm saying, minus Insect Swarm, that was one of my complaints. It felt like... Oh, I forgot about Armaments Collector, another nutty card. It felt like in Unleashed, you could almost always ignore all the commons. You could almost ignore all of the commons and go right to the uncommons, because most of the power level was in the uncommons. Rakano Adept, man, this card was such a miss. They made this, unfortunately, they balanced this card like way too late in the format. And on first read, so it was a 6-cost 4/4 without the summon effect. They literally knocked off a power and made it play an additional 2/2 body. And it's still like, I mean, that's really good, but it's still nothing like mind-blowing. It's not like on the level of Wind Screamer or, you know, a Skycrag Adept in my mind. But it's like, on first read, costing 6 for just a 4/4 with no stat boosting effect or anything, it was like, I don't know, on first read, I remember being like, wow, this is way too weak. But they ended up fixing it like, you know, months into the format when I kind of fell off playing. At this point, after we open these packs, I usually get to... And keep in mind, this is free to play. I don't spend any additional money unless it's draft opens or I spent money on the premium sigils from the store. Those are the only two, but at least in terms of growing the collection, by the end of the format, I'll have 4x rares and down, and have usually at least one of each legendary, which I love, man. That's one of the best things about Eternal. Even though I play Expedition and Throne very casually just to help build the collection, do your dailies, get gold, whatever, it is so free to play. To be able to get 4x of all the rares in a set without paying any money, and I don't think that... If I wanted to min-max, I wouldn't even have to sink that much time into it. So, just really cool. Something that I wish Arena, MTG Arena was better at. That's one of the big complaints there. But yeah, Eternal is very free to play. And then if you can 4x all the rares, it really leaves your Shift Stone to get a couple of the legendaries and then use some substitutes here and there. I think so for example, the 1-cost 2-1, the Radiant, it was a time legendary from Cold Hunt that was like 4x in every deck. I never had them, and I always just substituted them out for either Zito, the cat with a contract 2, or like Toxic Wisp, or some combination of those depending on the deck, or 1-cost interaction, whatever it happened to be. And obviously it wasn't as good, but I'm not trying to win any Throne or Expedition tournaments, so it does the trick plenty well in terms of doing my dailies for the day, getting the win for the day. Yeah, this seems... It should be like, give all of your units taunt, right? I mean, I get the idea is giving something else taunt makes him harder to block, but they're probably going to have more than one creature. Really obscure card. Man, the legendaries in Eternal are always like, what the... I can't even wrap my head around how you could abuse this. But there's a reason why I'm a limited player and not constructed. The last 15 packs here. See what legendaries we can crack open still. My guess is we'll get one more legendary out of these. Maybe two, actually. If I started that count at 15, there's a decent chance of getting two. But I'm going to hedge my bets and say one. One legendary. I'm pretty happy for my legendary pulls already, too. Most of them were stuff that I actually wanted. And now if I need one or two copies, I can just freely Shift Stone it if I really cared that much. Oh my god! Another premium legendary? Draw two. Oh my god. Yeah, this card's just stupid. Build like a rampy or even just a slow controlling time deck. God, you play that in draft and that's GG's. Hey, okay, we got two. Yo, what? Oh my god, 3 premium legendaries? This one's not nearly as interesting. Also, a legendary I faced off a decent amount in draft, weirdly enough. Ooh, premium Feln Adept. Man, Feln Adept was another card I really, really enjoyed playing with. Being able to use the contract, the +1/+1, and stat giving units from Cold Hunt to just give it permanent power, so then it could just attack each turn drawing you a card. Man, that was really fun. But definitely Skycrag Frenzy with Skycrag Adept getting back Frostburn, the invoke burn spell from Cold Hunt, is just ridiculous. And hey, look at that. 3 legendaries from the last 15 packs. 2 of which were premium. I mean, not going to complain about that. Okay. And we'll open up the last few Cold Hunt packs too. Keep one for the collection here. Oh, wow, our legendary pull rate. Man, this card looks sweet, but obviously it's just nonsense. You need to like cheat it into play or something, but really cool card. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed cracking open 156 Unleashed packs. Unleashed, definitely a fun draft format. I would say, thinking about it, I would have to say I enjoyed Cold Hunt the most, Unleashed, and then Revelations. But that could just be recency bias for me putting Unleashed over Revelations. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll catch you on the channel for more Eternal content. Peace. I F that one up.